Hello, I'm Amy and I'm going to be talking about presentation techniques. In my video, I'm going to talk about three main presenters, Nikki D. Jagger, Alan Carr and Paddy McGuinness. Nikki D. Jagger. Nikki D. Jagger is a famous YouTuber. Her channel is based on hair and makeup. Her demographic would be aimed at younger audience between the ages of 16 to 25. The social status group that would watch her channel would be in the D&E category. Females would predominantly watch her videos. Someone would watch these videos would be from her hometown in the Netherlands. The audience will all be from different ethnic groups. The majority of the audience will be in some sort of education due to there being more females. Due to there being more females watching these makeup tutorials, they would be heterosexual. There is a more broader audience due to the content in the video. This target audience would be more of an active audience because they're engaging with the information that Nikki is giving and they're making their own opinions up about the different products. The audience for this presenter will mostly all have the same interests, for example makeup and hair. The audience will have a lot of disposable income due to the majority of the audience being in education. It is very important for this particular target audience that they have a presenter that is bubbly, warm, and makes the video fun. The audience wants to be entertained, and if the presenter isn't any of these, they won't want to watch or listen. Throughout Nikki's videos, she is casually dressed, which makes her relatable as an everyday sort of a person. Nikki gives a lot of expression on her face and when she is talking to enhance the video. When she is talking, she swears occasionally. She gives a lot of direct address to her audience, which makes the audience feel like they're being spoken to. She uses a lot of hand gestures when she is talking. She has a very quirky attitude. Nikki uses the catchphrase, "Hey guys," in mainly all her videos to start the videos off. This is very informal, which will connect with her specific target audience, which is a D&E group. She uses this at the start of her videos to welcome her audience in a casual tone. This makes the audience feel like they know her personally and that she knows her audience. When Nikki first started on YouTube, she had a Norwegian accent, but now she has more of an American accent, which is more clear for the audience to hear and understand. In Nikki's videos, she makes them fun, and her exaggerated personality makes the video funny. She makes jokes throughout her videos. For example, she stated, "This foundation can cover up my family members I don't like." In my opinion, I find this funny because I can relate to what she is saying, and I can find the humour in her joke and what she's saying. Nikki D. Jagger is also self-employed by working for herself using the media platform YouTube. Alan Carr. Alan Carr's demographic would be aimed at an audience around the age group of 20 to 30-year-olds. The social status groups that would watch this video would be in the D&E category. I know this because there are some jokes that only people in the D&E category would understand. For example, he says on the bender at the weekend. Other categories wouldn't understand this as the slang used can only be understood by people who live in bad estates, for example council houses. Both male and female would watch his show. I know this because in one of the episodes that I watched of Alan Carr, Chatty Man, the audience is very mixed gender. The audience would live in a small town in the UK in an estate. The audience that watches this show would predominantly be more Protestant than Catholic. I know this because he has made fun of the Pope in one of his episodes that he has aired on TV. The majority of people who watch Alan Carr would be unemployed because the show is mainly at night. There is more of a broader audience as both genders watch the show, which makes his viewers statistically go up. In my opinion, I think that there would be more homosexuals watching the show because of Alan Carr being openly gay. However, some of the audience may be heterosexual because they find him funny and entertaining. The audience will have the same interests due to stratification groups and ethnicity. The interests will include comedy, gossip, and entertainment. The audience will have very little disposable income due to being unemployed. Alan Carr is dressed in a suit, mainly with his shirt open, which conveys that he is stylish but relaxed. He is dressed this way to come across as professional, but also casual to make his audience and viewers feel relaxed when watching and starring on the show. He is also dressed like this because his audience will be watching it in bed or watching the show before bed. I watch Alan Carr right before I go to bed just to have that last bit of entertainment of the day. Alan Carr uses the catchphrase, "Let me get you a drink," on the show. The audience always predicts that Alan Carr is going to open the drink cabinet for the guests on the show. Alan Carr has an English accent, which suggests his audience would be mainly situated in the United Kingdom. In his show, he is always laughing, smiling, and making over-exaggerated facial remarks. Alan Carr would be quite verbal and always voices his opinion on anything and everything. His voice is very distinctive. It's quite high-pitched and squeaky, which makes him stand out. He frequently uses bad language throughout his show, e.g. the F word. The audience is used to this type of language, perhaps even growing up with the use of this language, unlike the A and B group that would be more conservative and wouldn't have the use of this type of language. Alan Carr would be a very feminine in the way he acts. He also leans back in his chair with his legs folded over and both hands clasped on his knee. This shows that it is a calm chat show and the atmosphere is very neutral. Paddy McGuinness. The demographic would be aimed at a younger audience between the ages of 20 to 30. I know this because in an episode that I watched, in the audience there was young viewers. The social status group that would watch this show would be a C1 and C2 group. It would predominantly be females watching this show. I know this because it's based around dating and it usually appeals to more women than men. Due to women starring in the show. I also know this because someone who would watch the show would be living in the UK. They would probably live in a town in a good estate. The audience all have different ethnic backgrounds. I know this because there is many people from many races and different backgrounds. The majority of the audience would be working. I know this as the show airs on TV later on at night when maybe the audience have finished work. The audience would be heterosexual. I also know this because the show conveys the male trying to take a girl out on a date. The audience would have the same interests, for example, wanting to go on a date or being single. The audience will have a good bit of disposable income due to the audience being in work. The catchphrases Paddy uses in the show are "no likey, no lighty" and "the island of Fernando's." His catchphrases always rhyme, which makes the show really interesting and the audience remembers the little things. Paddy dresses dressy but casual. He comes down the shit every single episode at the beginning of the show. This entertains the audience as he always goes along to the music being played at the times. Paddy does not swear in his show. This gives a very conservative appeal to it and also very reassuring if there's young viewers watching at this time. He is English. Paddy also has a sort of a Yorkshire accent, and he also tries to make the show funny to keep the audience entertained and to appeal to more people. Thanks for watching.